What is poppin' YouTube? It's your boy Driftwood back at it again with a Q&A video. You guys asked me some questions in the community post, so today we're gonna sit down, answer them. I really didn't have a cool idea for an intro. I sat here for a couple hours and just thought to myself, I really didn't have anything cool, but I thought I'd just do a little talking bit. But make sure you hit that like button, ask some more questions below. I'm probably gonna say this again later. Subscribe, do all that jazz. We're gonna do a Q&A. Let's freaking go! Okay, guys. So the first question comes from Apple Buddy. First question is, why did you first start your channel? That is a pretty freaking good question, honestly. I started my channel a few years ago. Honestly, just to do something fun when I first started. Like, this was back before, like, the whole pandemic thing, everything got shut down. I wanted to make some gaming videos with my friends, and we just started, playing games, putting it on YouTube, and just messing around. And I got a capture card as a present, and that really like just made it a reality. And just started playing games. Did a few streams, playing some random games before. Played some like QnA Exiles and stuff. Got Animal Crossing, and it just really, kind of set the pace for the future, which was really cool. And I've always been into YouTube, and like I've watched YouTube since I was, YouTube pretty much was like an early thing. But I started because of just a hobby, and COVID made it more of just a thing to do to kill time since I was stuck inside. But all around, I've always wanted to be a streamer or content creator, so it was just something fun to do, and I really enjoy it still to this day. Next question is from YouTube Social HD2. What did you think of the booster course pass Wave 1 tracks that are in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? Okay, so I've seen a little bit. I've dabbled a little bit in it off, like, streams. I'm not really playing. I've just been playing by myself. I think it's a really cool concept. It's about time they brought us some new content for Mario Kart, to be honest. I wish they would have done a new Mario Kart game and gave us some more characters, but the new tracks are definitely a refreshing change of pace. Because I know a lot of people were tired of the same old song and dance with the old courses. Still fun, but pretty stoked. Can't wait to see more and play some more. Absolute blast. Mario Kart is probably one of the best games on the Switch, to be freaking honest. Next. Okay. Next question comes from Red Panda 98. What is your favorite video game of all time, specifically, and why? Okay. So, favorite video game of all time. If I put it in like a perspective of like certain periods of time, I would have multiple. But I'm just gonna give you two instances. Like, first video game is of all time, that is my favorite. Sorry, words are hard. Is Pokemon Yellow. That is like one of the first games my parents got me on the Game Boy. I used to be super duper obsessed with Pikachu. I still am, as you can tell by all the Pikachu stuff behind me. But Pokemon Yellow really like blew me away as a kid, and it made me a gamer today. And if we go to the future, it'd probably be like modern game like Halo. But Pokemon, all-time favorite, hands down. I play every single Pokemon game, still to this day, every time a new one comes out, because I absolutely love it. And it's really what got me into playing video games. Pokemon Yellow, best game ever. This question comes from Damien Plath. Sorry if I butchered your name. I did not mean to. What was the first video game console I played on? Okay, so I was super young. My dad was a gamer growing up. Not like a big gamer. Like, he plays phone games, but my dad actually had a few consoles before he met my mom. But growing up, I remember the first console that sat in my parents' house and that I played was the Sega Genesis. My dad loved playing Sonic, so Sega Genesis was first. Then he eventually got rid of the Sega because he felt he was too old, and it was our time to game. Then we got a 64. But Sega Genesis, super cool. Wish I still had one so I could give my dad one. Maybe one day I'll get him one as a surprise, just Make him smile. But yes, Sega Genesis, Sonic, absolute wonderful time of my childhood. We got a pretty beefy one. This one comes from my friend Ant. Ant says, what struggles have you gone through because of your YouTube channel? Okay. I could probably make a whole video on this question by itself, but I'm going to put it in kind of a little tiny bit of a little tiny form for you guys. But the big struggles are just like, you know, being like, for me personally, it was being happy, doing what I'm doing. And I took a lot of like things to heart when it comes to like other creators and like games. And being a content creator, you really miss out on a lot because it's just like, if you take some time away, it's just like YouTube hates that. But like struggling, like for myself was a struggle as being a content, like struggling, like finding myself, like trying to be with the people I care about. And plus, like at the time when I had this struggle last year, I went through a really, really tough time, and it really just, it feels like you're trapped and you have nothing you can do, or you'll lose everything you work for. But mentally, like the struggles of, you know, putting yourself out there just like is awful. It's like, because if something doesn't do well, you know, it hurts your feelings. If something doesn't go the way you want, it hurts your feelings. You work so hard on something, it sucks. Like somebody's mean to you on the internet, whether it's like a content creator or people in chat. It really is a struggle just because you just put yourself out there to that degree just for people to, you know, beat you down. But if you really want to be a content creator, you just gotta, you know, take it with a grain of salt. Another struggle is I missed a lot of time with my family and all this other stuff, like in personal life, that I missed out on. That is really, like, really hard when you want to, you know, do this kind of thing. I feel like I'm just talking in a very, very crazy, sporadic manner, but I hope that answers your question, Ant. Okay, this one's from Abram Anderson. Abram says, were you ever inspired by Bob Ross when making my YouTube channel? No. Honestly, Abram, no. I watched many things of Bob Ross years ago. He's a fantastic artist. His painting stuff really helps me, you know, paint a different way growing up. I mean, he's cool though. But no, Abram, I'm unfortunately not. He is better than LeBron James though, just to let you know. I don't know if this is like a repeat question. We're gonna answer it anyway. This is from Maddie Moon. What is your favorite console and game on it, and why is it good to you? Favorite console game. This goes back to earlier, like favorite video game all time. Like all time favorite console. Like I spent more time on my Game Boy than anything, any Pokemon game ever. And what makes it so good is the fact that you can go on an adventure and make all these friends, catch all these Pokemon. Honestly, it's just, it might be the same thing year after year, but Pokemon just, you know, gets me going. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I absolutely love it. I enjoy all of them, despite them changing with age. But it's just like, to me, it's just the same nostalgia factor of just playing Pokemon, man. Pokemon is super sweet. So, next question comes from Laffy Love. How much does it cost to start streaming? Okay, this is actually a very like hard question to answer, to be honest, because there's some expensive stuff you can get, there's some cheap stuff, but honestly, you can get some good capture cards for like under 50 bucks, under 100 bucks. Most people now have a modern laptop. You could definitely use that and stream stuff and play games on it. You could even do live streams on your phone, because I know everybody's got cell phones nowadays. So really, you could just probably spend maybe, if you have like a computer and stuff, like 100 bucks to stream console games, maybe, give or take. You don't need a webcam. On your phone has all that built in, camera, microphone, and you can do all that stuff. But if you have a cell phone, honestly, you don't have to spend a dime. But to get all this fancy stuff, it's like, it can get outrageous. I don't want to go into a dollar amount, but just, you know, you can start out small and make upgrades over time. But if you want to stream console games, just have a modern computer. Spend like maybe less of $50-$100 on a capture card. There's a bunch of videos on that, or I can go into detail in another video if you want. Let me know, Laffy. But honestly, to make content, you can do it at any price point. Next question from Stasmataz. What's up, girl? Her question is, what's my next tattoo gonna be of, and where's it gonna be? Okay, so I have every single tattoo I want on my arms planned out, drawn out, everything, the whole nine, planned with the tattoo artist. It's either gonna be my elbow on this one. I want to get like this sunflower on my elbow on here. Either a bald eagle here. Those are the two I really want on this one. But yeah, sunflower on the elbow, a big old bald eagle because my dad has one. Or a Jawa on this form from Star Wars. But tattoos are expensive. I can't really afford a tattoo right now with all the stuff I got going on. But those are my ideas. Those are the things that I really are the first thing in line for me to get tattooed next. Hopefully they can happen sooner rather than later. We'll just have to see. Next up, we have Jelly. Jelly asks, what is your favorite console? Okay, so I answered like the question of like my favorite, like my first favorite console. I'm gonna go to like many years in the future, high school. So me and my friends used to play the Xbox 360 all the time, day in, day out, after school, on the weekends with each other. The Xbox 360, literally, like, my whole high school was dedicated to the Xbox. It got me into playing the competitive COD. I used to play in these tournaments online when I started. It was crazy. But Xbox 360 really hit it home for me and made me, like, the actual, like, big old gamer I am now. Besides, like, Pokemon getting me started, this one's actually what projected me into playing more than just, like, Pokemon, like, actual, like, you know, better quality. In my opinion, probably better quality games. Those other games are still wonderful, but Xbox, Call of Duty World at War, and Halo 3, those are the games that, and the console that really was just like the thing I spent most of my time on. And it has a very special place in my heart, and I absolutely love it still to this day. And the good news is they remade all those games for PC now, so I can just play them on here. And they're remaking a whole lot of games now, so who knows what nostalgia factor we're going to get next. But Xbox 360 is probably my favorite console. Besides, you know, the PlayStation 2, GameCube, any form of the Game Boy and DS. Literally, there's so many consoles, but just the Xbox like has a really big part in my heart. I hope that answered your question. I love all the consoles I've had over the years, but there's just one moment from the Xbox that really just pulls at my heartstrings a little bit. Sheesh! Alright, we got 2 more questions to go. This one comes from your boy Doshi. He said, what was your inspiration to start a channel and the goals of your channel? And do you like lemon meringue pie? LOL. Last one was random. Never had lemon meringue pie. I'm a pie over cake kind of guy. I'd love to try it sometime, Doshi, to be honest with you. My inspiration to start my channel. I've watched many like content creators over the years, but like the 2 that I used to watch all the time were Jacksepticeye and PewDiePie. They literally inspired me to, you know, want to be a content creator because I always saw how they were, and it's just like, seemed like it was so fun. And we just come down to the fact of trying it, and like a lot of more like new streamers and content creators that are out now, they've also inspired me. Like Apple Buddy's inspired me. Doshi's been pretty inspiring. Sazmataz, check them out. Brian, a lot of like the old homies that I used to watch here on YouTube that either aren't around or, you know, they just switched to Twitch or something like that. There's a whole bunch of people that I could thank who inspired me. My nieces and nephews, because they absolutely love YouTube. There's just so many people that inspire me. Like, all of you guys inspire me to be a content creator because you guys keep coming back and loving it. The goals for my channel? I really don't have, like, a timeline on it. But it's kind of hard to explain. Like, I just want to push this to more and more people, make somebody smile. And, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say it, but I really would love for this to be, like, a thing I do all the time. I would love for this to be my job. And hopefully, I'm not going to stop till it happens. We might take a few short breaks along the way because you need a little bit of breathing room. But we're going to take over the world on here on YouTube and on the internet. One like at a time, one smile at a time, one day at a time. But one day this will be my full-time job. And thank you guys so much for everybody being along for the ride. Next! The final Enthusiast question right now. I read this question days ago. Still haven't thought of an answer for it. But Celeste NTS, what is something embarrassing I've done? To be honest, I feel like putting a video on the internet is pretty embarrassing. Especially to your parents and stuff. They just see a video of you on the internet or like your peers or whatever. But I mean, it's hard to pinpoint. I really will just do a lot of dumb things in public in general. Most embarrassing. I remember there was this one time, like in marching band in high school, that I did. I mean, there was a bunch of funny moments then. There was a time when I was a little kid and I peed my pants on the school bus. That was pretty embarrassing. It's hard to like really point it out because I don't know. I never really like felt embarrassed, I feel like, in a sense. Because I kind of just want, I don't care what people think about me. As I got older, like, I just haven't really cared. I kind of just do whatever, like, I'll do some dumb stuff in public and not even, like, bat an eye just to get some weird looks out of people. But, I mean, I've peed my pants in public before. I might have thrown up talking to some girls before. I'm not going to lie. I'm that kind of guy. I talk to a pretty lady. I might puke. Who knows? I get nervous. I puke. That's pretty embarrassing. Just to have somebody watch you puke on your own feet. That's really it. I don't know. But if I have another answer, Celeste, if I think of something in my sleep, I will definitely send it to you and let you know. But we're going to end off the video for today. Oh, I don't know why that other question's popping up right now. I wanted to wipe them. But make sure you guys hit that like button if you made it this far in the video. If you have any more questions, be sure to leave them down in the description so we can do a part 2 of this one. This one's probably going to be a little bit longer of a video. I hope I got the answers you guys wanted or expected. And if I didn't explain something right, definitely leave it in the comments below. If you're new and you like seeing this face and you want to see more of this face and hang out in our awesome community here, make sure you join our Discord server down in the description. And hit that subscribe button with the bell. We'd love to have you come back and hang out with us whenever we're doing something fun and shenaniganable. But I really appreciate you guys for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Smile. High five somebody. Give somebody a hug. Tell somebody you love them. Look both ways before cross the street. Wash your hands. Make a new friend. And always remember, a smile goes a long way even if you're having a crappy day. Take care. Stay safe. And don't forget to stay popping out there, YouTube. Bye.